All right. Hey, Jerry. Thank you for coming on with us. Hey, Digital Realtor here. Jerry, one of my clients I recently helped out move over to Arizona. Living the life over there in Arizona now, huh, Jerry?
Yeah, it's already like 400 degrees out here.
Oh, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, yeah, again, I appreciate you coming on. This helps a ton with other people that possibly may be on the fence of using my services. Especially in times like this, the video testimonials are huge. It helps people be able to see exactly what my business is about and what my values are, right? So I appreciate your time coming on for this, Jerry. So to start off, Jerry, before we had met, before we had met, you guys purchased a home through the Realtor, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, cool. Can you give me some past experience previously when buying or selling with other agents?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'll even tell you about this recent one. So you sold our house in Virginia. Yep. We used another realtor here locally in Phoenix to find us a home here. Yep. So, I mean, the differences, are night and day. So, and the one I had here is typical of the experiences I've had with most realtors. That, I mean, they do the bare minimum. They have yet to ever find me a house. I mean, I'm usually doing all the work and looking for the house. Or my wife is, and then we send them the thing, and then they say, oh yeah, I mean, all they do is plug in an address and hope that when it picks up, and we'll usually find the house for them. And then from there, I mean, the details get lost until we're pinging out emails saying, hey, where's this? How are we doing on this? With you, it was you were always on top of stuff. I mean, you were always one step ahead of, hey, I need this done. Hey, this is being done. Hey, this is scheduled for this day. Hey, this is scheduled for that day. I got this guy coming over looking at this. So it was very kind of hands off, and which was extremely helpful when we were getting ready to move across country. I mean, and then the honesty from the, I mean, your candidness straight from the get-go, from the first time we met briefly for those that 15, 20, 30 minutes or something, you came over that night, and then the couple of times we met afterwards. I mean, it was very clear. I mean, you said, hey, here's what it is. Here's what you can look forward to. And everything was spot on. There was never any rosiness. I mean, we interviewed, oh my gosh, I must have talked to, what, 6 or 7 different realtors before you and I connected up. And it was just a sales pitch. And with you, it was different. It was a business transaction. And that's what I liked about it.
Gotcha. So, one of the things that you appreciated was essentially the expectations that I had set, and as well the honesty from what I'm hearing, right?
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. I love hearing that. That's what I try to strive my business towards, as more of a human interaction and just talking to each other and seeing what makes the most sense, right? At the end of the day, the sales pitches, you're going to hear that left and right, but at the end of the day, you and Carmen and your family, you're not going to do anything unless it made sense anyways. So, the way I look at it, I try to provide as much value and information for you guys to make the decision that you want. So, throughout the whole experience, I'm glad that you guys are very happy with that, and I'm happy to hear that I exceeded the expectation as well. So, thank you. So, before we had met, you guys were trying to sell on your own. For I think it was only like a month or so, right?
Yeah, we opted to give it a 30-day try. I think we made it 3 weeks, just a little over 3 weeks. It was, I mean, we had some bites at the apple as they came through, but nothing really, substantial come walking through. I think only one couple came back, and it was already after it was sold, and we were packing stuff up that she came back to look at it again. But outside of that, yeah, there wasn't much bite of the apple, and it all goes down to the marketing piece of it, right?
Yeah.
So we did go on and we started the process to purchase on the MLS. That kind of fell through because we decided to sign with you at that point.
Yeah.
But we stuck the signs out there, which drove some traffic on the first weekend, and then after that, it kind of just started tapering off.
Yeah, and can you give me an idea of why you guys decided to sell on your own? I know most case scenarios, people want to sell on their own to save as much money as possible, which makes sense.
Well, for us, it wasn't so much the money as it was, I mean, that was a piece of it, but the thing was, at that time, we had time on our side, right? Yeah. It wasn't something we had to do right away. And, it's not like, hey, I found a house, now I need to dump mine real quick to get into that house, right? It was, hey, because we didn't have a time frame, if you remember correctly. I was projecting more out to end of spring, early summertime. And so with time on our side, we had the ability to be able to say, okay, let's take some time and see that we can do this while saving money at the same time.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people, where, most people I've run into, they're in your scenario as well, where the time is usually is not a factor as well. So they end up trying to sell on their own. So, and it makes sense, you're going to run into people that, the one thing I hate is you run into people trying to get you to list with them on a daily basis. And sometimes it just doesn't make sense for people to list. And I completely understand that, especially if you got, no time factor that you need to hit. So, and what were you guys thinking when we first met, honestly? Because I know when we had first met, you from what I remember, you didn't even want to work with buyer's agents in the beginning, right? And then it's
Right.
And I just came over and we just talked, and that's can you give me an idea of what you were thinking, honestly, like what you thought about it?
Oh, it was your level of professionalism. It really was. And maybe it's part of your upbringing, maybe it was part of your Marine, maybe it was a combination of both. But there was clearly something different. I mean, my wife saw it in you, and because she said, "Hey, that guy, that's the guy. I want to call that guy."
I love
So
that.
yeah, so that's what did it. I mean, it was really, how you presented yourself, very professional, very businesslike. It was never a sales pitch.
Awesome. And then so essentially what made you guys decide on trying out my services was essentially you felt more comfortable, you trusted my professionalism, my business manner, right? From the sound
Yes.
of it? Okay.
Yeah, there was that huge level of trust.
And what would you say is the main big factor on why you guys decided to try out my services versus other realtors? What would you say the big?
Well, it was just that. I mean, yeah, in the program that you had, and the fact that I think you said that, hey, look, if you bring in a buyer, you were still willing. I think you were the only one that was willing to do that. If you bring in your own buyer, because I know, because we had started selling on our own. If any of those people come back in the process, then hey, I won't charge you any money unless, of course, they ask me to represent them, right?
Yeah.
So that we had that piece of it going that nobody else offered.
Awesome.
Plus the fact that you came by and you said, and the way you just said, it's kind of hard to explain. So it goes back to that sales pitch, right? So you laid out the numbers. Says, I think we can do this. This realistically, I pulled the comps. Here's what I think your house could go for, which quite frankly, I was significant. My idea was way lower than that, right? So I was thinking, okay, if he does it, hey, kudos to him. But so that piece of it versus everybody else just kind of give you this pie in the sky kind of thing, and then you kind of work your way back from there. I think you hit your number was dead on.
Yeah.
And it's what it ended up. I mean, proof's in the pudding, right? Your number was dead on. So that kind of helped out.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, Jerry, but you guys are actually the highest amount sold in the neighborhood.
I know. That's why I was doubtful of that, right?
Yeah, it was really cool. So if you remember, come appraisal time, we were short in value, but the highest at the time was 303,000, I think it was. We were asking for 315, and I mean, with all the upgrades that you guys have done, the uniqueness of your home, it was there. So it was great being able to see that you guys actually ended up getting what we were looking for, and as well in the time that we were looking for, which was relatively short too. So yeah, it plays a huge factor because you guys were initially listing it for 300, I think it was, right?
305, yeah.
305.
And it was actually less than that. And then we kicked it up a bit on advice from another realtor who had stopped by and said, hey, you can do this and cover the cost of the agent fee, right? So we did that, but even with the upgrades that we did, that doesn't necessarily translate into money, right? Because you can upgrade yourself out of the market.
Yeah.
It's what's surrounding. I had that headwind coming at me, right? Say, I see what we did. I hear what you're saying, but the fact that you were able to pull that one off was pretty good.
So it's a combination of both. So it's the upgrades that you guys had done, plus the comps that I was able to pull. They're not in the Clearfield area, but around close enough where it's like a mile and a half where they sold for like 350, 360. It kind of shows like, hey, these guys sold for 360. What we're asking for is not too far fetched. We might be, the highest sold in the neighborhood, but it's not too far fetched. They're a mile and a half away and sold for 350, 360. So it was a combination of that, and they were all ranches too. So
my neighbor says thank you, by the way.
Okay, yeah, because when he's looking at sell, right? Yeah, so that's awesome. That's awesome. And where did you guys, I maybe I'm being dead horse, but what did you guys like and appreciate the most working with me, with, again,
Well,
yeah,
you just had, I mean, you were on top of everything. Not, I mean, it was like we were the only customer that you had, right?
yeah,
And I know you had a lot more, right?
yeah,
Because you always got something in the fire, right?
yeah,
But the fact is that the way your attention to details and staying up with all the tasks that needed to be done every step of the day, every step throughout the process. I mean, on sometimes on a daily basis, sometimes it was a couple of times a week that you're touching base, making sure this was done. Hey, this we need this done, and you're making those calls. I mean, you were truly a project manager throughout this process, and that showed.
yeah. It's that's the one thing that I think is crucial, especially when it comes to selling real estate. Some transactions can be super easy and smooth, but you have certain ones where it requires a lot of management, and it requires, the skills of being able to manage exactly, because you've got, like, I just did one transaction which was 10 different parties involved. So that one was crazy. I had, 10 different parties. So this was people moving from New York coming down to Virginia. So I had lenders, attorneys in New York, and I also had lenders and attorneys here in Virginia. So there's sometimes, your transaction was relatively easy for the most part, except for, little hiccups that popped up, but it was expected, like the appraisal part, and then, minor repairs, but everything all together went well. You guys still closed on the day that we were looking for it. And luckily it was perfect timing, because now with the whole COVID-19, the market is definitely starting to feel it a little. It's going to trickle down, especially, less showings and things like that. So yeah, and again, I appreciate you guys trusting me with the whole process. What would you guys tell someone that is possibly considering about hiring me as their realtor for their purchase or sale, right? Mainly the sale part.
The outcome not guaranteed. It's always,
You're breaking out. Can you repeat that?
sorry about, yeah. So the outcome is not guaranteed, right? So,
Yep.
but you gotta remain flexible. So anytime somebody comes into your home and says, "Hey, I tell you I can sell your house for this," you got to take it with a grain of salt. There's a lot of factors involved,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And especially going into this unknown with the COVID thing, right?
Yeah.
However, that notwithstanding, I mean, I would recommend. I would certainly recommend to everybody, and I've certainly passed your name on a lot to some of my friends. And I got a guy here that I work with. He's still yet to transfer to Virginia Beach.
Hmm.
So that one has been kicked out for a while, right? So I'm not sure what's going to happen with him, but I've sent off your information to him. But he, I recommend, because of the fact that the professionalism, the trustworthiness, the fact that we were able to contact you. I mean, anytime we needed it, we had a question or something, we're pinging back and forth, we're on the phone or we're texting back and forth and getting information. You were getting back to us in a timely manner. I mean, just staying on top of the whole process, everything that needed to come through, for the appraisal, making sure that we were on top of our tasks that we needed to get done to get this deal closed on time, that we didn't miss a beat. And even after the fact, after we left Virginia, we closed up shop and we still needed some stuff to do. And so you still stuck around to make sure that stuff got done, that we could close on time.
Yeah.
So I would, just for that, I mean, the project management skills or interpersonal skills or professionalism, just right from there, I would, unless you want to use car salesman, go find somebody else. If you want somebody who's going to give you the real scoop and be honest with you and take care of business from day one, I would recommend you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Would all put together, would you say it was worth it? Everything that, because I know initially, again, saving you guys the time and commission as well. Altogether, it was a great experience from the sound of it, right?
Oh yeah, it was phenomenal. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Jerry. Hey, tell Carmen I said hi, by the way.
Oh, she's right here.
Hey, Carmen, how's it going? You enjoying the weather over there? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the home looks beautiful. I only get.
Oh, you should see outside. We're right up against the mountains up here. We're nestled in this mountainous area in here, so yeah.
I'm super jealous. I was telling Jerry during this quarantine, you guys should watch Tiger King. But what happened, Carmen? I can't hear you too well.
My daughter says that everybody is watching it, so she says we need to watch it. Mom is like,
Yeah, you gotta get past the second episode, and I know you guys like the drama stuff, so I think you'll like it, Jerry. You gotta get past the second episode. It gets a little crazier at the end. So But
I'll see muscle through it here.
yeah, everyone in your family healthy? Everyone all right?
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, how about you? Everybody on your side's good?
Yeah, everyone on my side's good for the most part. You know, I got a lot of family and friends in New York. So, you know, it's, yeah, you know, it's tough. I see a lot of people I care for unemployed right now. So it's a little tough. But, you know, other than that, you know, hopefully everything will be back to normal in 3 months or so.
Pretty soon.
Yeah. And, you know, but it is what it is. You know, just got to keep pushing through. Other than that, you know, over here, it's, I'm trying my best to stay inside. As you're aware, with my job, I got to go out and meet people. So I'm doing my part with helping out the community by staying inside as much as possible.
Yeah.
You know, because it's, from the sound of it, it's very serious, especially how fast it escalated. You know, last time we were talking, it was almost nothing over here. Next thing you know, yeah. So, hey, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you again for your time. Thank you for trusting me with this whole process. Best of luck in Arizona, and I will definitely be in touch, guys. You're cooking something up, Carmen? I see you got the apron on.
Yes.
She's making breakfast.
I was making breakfast. I was making sofritos.
Okay, I was gonna say you're making.
It's a Mexican thing.
I was gonna ask if you're making cow tongue. Cool.
That's coming. That's coming.
Yeah, well, hey, pleasure seeing you guys again. Take care. Appreciate your time. Have fun with the family. Enjoy the weekend, all right?
Thank you. Say hi to your wife.
We'll do. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.